Good morning, Hunter. I should be writing, but instead, I give you the mausoleum of all hope and desire. I give it to you not that you may remember time, but that you might forget it now and then for a moment, and not spend all of your breath trying to conquer it. Now that's a quote from William Faulkner, and fair warning, there will be another one at the end. But where was I? Oh, yeah, time. One of my favorite and simultaneously one of the scariest things I've ever seen is this YouTube video that shows a slow zoom out from the Earth into the observable universe. I like it for two reasons. The first being that it's a humbling reminder of how infinitesimal we and all our seemingly important squabbles are here on Earth. The second is that it might be the only scale that comes close to visually articulating the concept of deep time, how time can move both fast and slow. And this is especially relevant because on top of creating space as we know it today, the Big Bang also created time as we know it today. When people ask what was happening before the Big Bang, they're asking a nonsensical question that literally cannot be answered. It may feel like a normal inquiry, to our primate brains, but this only serves to remind us that our grasp has always exceeded our reach. All things considered, we shouldn't beat ourselves up about this inability to comprehend. I mean, after all, the universe is approaching 14 billion years old, and humans have only been here for the past 250,000 years. And of that 250,000 years, we've only recorded about 5,500 of them. Fun fact that every asshole at bar trivia will throw at you unsolicited is the fact that the Tyrannosaurus rex lived closer to current-day humans than it did to the Stegosaurus. Only 68 million years separate us from the T-Rex compared to the 85 million that separates them from the Stegosaurus. Is that too abstract a scale? Okay, how about this? How about we live closer to the reign of Cleopatra than Cleopatra lived to the construction of the Great Pyramids? Still too broad? Okay, how about the film Pulp Fiction was released closer to the moon landing than it is to today? Which, by the way, as a side note, when I did the math for that example, I had to lie down for 15 minutes because fuck. But as amazing as time is as a concept that our feeble brains can't quite understand, it's precisely the human element of time that often leaves me in awe. Humans make time real simply by perceiving it and attempting to control and corral it in a manner that's easily understood. We divide time into seconds, seconds into minutes, minutes into days, and days to weeks, and so on. There are over 40 calendars in existence: Egyptian calendars, Babylonian calendars, Mesoamerican calendars. The list goes on. Nowadays, most countries adhere to the Gregorian calendar, first introduced in 1582, or the year 6332 if you're using the Assyrian calendar and feeling fancy, which makes time a slippery concept because time is not fundamentally real. Physicists find time to be a point of contention between its measurable and malleable perception, i.e. calendars, compared to its non-applicable nature in quantum mechanics. And while I understand the quantum mechanics stance, I find myself drawn to the block universe theory that supports Einstein's theory of relativity. For a quick reminder, in relativity, I turn to one of the greatest thespians of our time and one of the greatest films of our time.
Grab hold of a hot pan, a second can seem like an hour. Put your hands on a hot woman, an hour can seem like a second.
Careful, James. I know ladies love you, but we are firmly in the Me Too era. Time in all its human forms are equally real. The past, present, and future exist simultaneously. It's a matter of dimensional perspective. It's only a matter of time. Thanks, Eliza. And speaking of time, I'm all out of it, so I must leave you, but I will do so with the previously threatened Faulkner quote, that the past is never dead. In fact, it's not even past. I'll see you next week.